Hi, everyone, and welcome back to episode 6 of Unhitched or Dad Trying. My name is Lauren Neat, and with me, as always, is Cameron Carter.
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
Good.
Good? Everyone doing great?
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm so mad I missed an opportunity there.
Oh, what opportunity?
I was going to call out your beautiful mustache.
Okay, well, there's still plenty of time to do that. So.
It's amazing. It's quite bushy.
This isn't condescending at all.
It sounds like I'm being condescending, and I'm not.
As if you have a better mustache than I do. Like,
I know. I'll never grow such a stash.
But thank you. I have been working on this, and by working on it, I mean not doing anything
Doing
to
nothing.
it. Yeah,
I love when men say that, when they're like, yeah, I've been working on this for like 6 weeks. I'm like, so you're working on this is being idle. That's you're working on.
I have a lot of patience. It takes a lot. I just constantly want to grab scissors and
trim.
I don't know. I just kind of turn my guy impression turns into Hulk, the Hulk Hogan, not Hulk. Yeah, brother, I'm gonna keep it trimmed and just wait and just be patient and see it grow.
Don't get the razor out. That's my Hulk, apparently.
Yeah, I like Hulk doing a PSA. Don't get the razor out, kids. Leave it there. Your parents might need it later. They don't need it to be misplaced.
Oh my gosh.
About not messing with your parents' tools, your dad's tools.
I just imagined a whole lot of children with like ridiculous facial hair watching this. And they're like, okay. He won't touch it.
All with the like Fu Manchu type, Is that what that is for Hulk Hogan?
Yes.
I keep saying Hulk.
I think that is a Fu Manchu.
He has a Fu Manchu that just doesn't
fit.
Because Hulk's just. I keep saying Hulk. He's just all
Mr. Hogan.
Mr. Hogan. Oh. Anyway, Lauren, how are you?
I'm great. I'm still in a bit of a food coma from this last week, but I'll come out of it eventually, just in time for the next one, Christmas.
Yeah, it takes about 2 weeks. I woke up with a hangover today.
Nuh-uh.
I did
like a real hangover, like a food hangover.
It was, I think, something went on where my body. And I don't know anything about biology. Hopefully, some of our listeners can write us in and maybe correct me.
Wasn't that your major?
It was, but I forget. Somehow in all the food I ate yesterday, it just felt like it just turned it all into alcohol, and I just woke up feeling like absolute crap. And I woke up, got in the shower, had my little shower bath, cried a little bit, drank water, took my pills,
Did you drink the tears you cried?
Yeah, it's hydrating. You got to keep them in.
Recycle.
Reuse, rethink, and recycle your tears.
I'm sorry. We're not young we're still young, but we're somewhere in between where we are still in denial that we can't treat ourselves the way we used to, but we can't treat ourselves the way we used to.
I wanted to compare it to, getting hit by a brick, but then I'm thinking like, man, if someone had a brick and, I knew I wasn't going to get a concussion and they slapped me with a brick, I would have rather taken that.
Than the way you felt this morning.
Right.
That is sad.
But that's our episode for this week. We talk Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving meals.
Yeah. But before we do, can I ask you, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm still recovering from 2 things. I'm recovering from one, the weird body chemistry where my body took all the food I ate and gave me the hangover this morning. But 2,
Y2K.
We saw Arrival the other night, and that messes with you emotionally.
I still don't know what that's about.
The quick synopsis of this, it was okay. It was wonderful, but the synopsis of the movie is maybe a spoiler in and of itself because it's not like your typical Independence Day or alien invasion. Really, kind of how it was advertised. It was more like the movie Contact meets Close Encounters of a Third Kind meets Signs. But at the end of the day, much like, is it Amy Adams?
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't.
That's
her
the only
character
thing I knew about that movie was that she was in it.
Yeah. But so Amy Adams does a wonderful job in the movie. I definitely best actress this year. I'm going to call it. I'm going to make it. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, let it be known.
She did an amazing job. I mean, the movie all completely rides on her, really what's going on. Well, so the quick synopsis is that aliens come, and the big question is, why are they here? It kind of feels like that question gets glossed over towards the end. It does get answered, and it's very interesting how they answer it. But what's way more interesting is the story. You kind of start with the alien invasion. You really land on what's going on with Amy Adams. It was, oh my gosh, y'all.
Like
it was so
personally,
good.
like what's going on in her life.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and it messes with your mind how, well, one, they start off, I guess you can pretty much say they start out and you're just immediately into tears. And that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I cried in this one.
So which Hallmark Christmas movie is it most like?
Yes, so
let's talk about.
I think it's the Nine Lives.
Yeah,
probably going to be that because like the aliens are kind of cat-like,
standoffish.
They're close. I mean, they're like heptapods with 7 legs.
That's what my cat is.
That's like 2 less than 9 lives. So
there you go.
There you go. That's
the heptapods of Christmas.
The heptapods of Christmas.
So you're still emotionally
with
dealing this movie?
We left that movie and immediately just wanted to go home and just pick up, like Amy's first words out of the movie were like, I want to go hold Ellie. And you'll understand as soon as you see it. We kind of flipped a coin at the end of the day and saw that instead of Fantastic Beasts. And actually, even Amy was kind of like to the point where like, and Amy's a hardcore Harry Potter fan. She's like on your level, Lauren.
Yeah. And
let's just confirm. Was that the right decision? Oh, yeah. There you go. She says, oh, yeah. Definitely recommend that. It's basically, so if you were to take Interstellar and you took all the elements that were cool about it and you actually basically made it hit emotionally, which that movie just kind of fell flat towards the end. I love it, don't get me wrong. But that at the end is just kind of, you can only hear him yell Murph so many times. Matthew McConaughey's McConaughey? What?
Who's he?
Yeah. Okay. So it's good. So
I've never seen Interstellar either.
Oh, bless you. You're not a sci-fi person.
No, I am a sci-fi person. But I also have another fear of mine is floating off into space alone. Oh, so how did Gravity do you in? I didn't see that either. Oh, that one would get you. I'm more of like a sci-fi person when like Chris Pine's involved or Harrison Ford. Your Blade Runners. I've never seen those. Oh my gosh. He's only been in Star Wars and Blade Runner. Oh, I guess Harrison Ford? Yeah. He's been in so many things. Well, sci-fi. Sabrina. Best role. That man, we really jumped genres here. I know. I'm just getting you more into my realm. Okay. Sabrina. Okay. Well, we're now in Sabrina corner. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that. Okay. Were there 2 versions of Sabrina? Yes. There's an old black and white version with Audrey Hepburn. Mm-hmm. And she's good. Yes, she's great. Mm-hmm. And the new version has Greg Kinnear and Harrison Ford, and the actress's name I can't remember. But I actually like the newer version better. Yeah. That's Pretty Bowl. There you go. Just going to say it. I like it better. There's something magical about 90s Harrison Ford. Yeah. He lost a lot of that charm. I don't know. And I can't see him in any... Okay, then again, in Force Awakens, he really did just kind of... The only good acting in that movie is Harrison Ford. And, statement. I'm getting some hard nose here. Very harsh nose. Someone here might be an expert in this field, but we'll get to that later. I don't know. Like, he kind of loses his charm. Like, it takes me a while to really kind of... See, this is precisely why I don't pay attention to the news or media or pop culture. Pulp culture. Pulp culture. This week in Tropicana News. Good. But I don't... I'm really happy with that joke. Good. I don't want to... I like thinking of Harrison Ford as this like charming space maverick / like shy professor type who finds hidden treasures. So I'm just going to keep thinking that. So I know you hate robots, but you should see Blade Runner. I think it's the one you're missing. If it's old, I'll see it.
Oh, by the way, the cool news I found out, Amy told me earlier today, the guy that directed Arrival is directing the new Blade Runner. And I don't think Harrison Ford's going to be in it. But, well, anyway, so why don't we just kind of pull the curtains behind who we have here. Hold on a second. It's our good friend Dagny Stewart. Hi, Dagny.
Hey.
Welcome.
Quite an entrance. If she pulls away the curtain, she just gives a gentle hey. For those of you who don't know, Dagny is an actress by trade, actor by trade.
I'm both.
You're
I'm
both.
an actor
Can I
and
ask
an
you?
actress.
Yeah, what is the proper way?
You know, I kind of always default to actor, mostly because I would call my lady doctor a doctor, not a doctress. Although I would like to call her doctress if she would let me.
Sounds kind of cool.
But right, yeah, like Doctress Smith. It's just kind of that sounds kind of cool. But yeah, no, I default to actor. But I'm never like offended if someone says actress or something.
But it's not. I really don't know if it's PC or not.
Yeah, I don't either.
Does it depend on the
I don't know what
person?
the PC thing is. I guess maybe I don't know.
This podcast doesn't really get PC.
If
so.
someone told me, if someone
Popcorn?
said Dagny's an actor, I would be like,
yeah,
I wouldn't be like actress.
I am a lady.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you're a recent graduate from theater school at SMU.
Yes.
They
Yes.
call it-
From the theater school. Sorry.
It's not theater camp.
I am a theater camp graduate.
Oh, really? Let's talk about that.
You know, like I went to theater summer camps and stuff.
Did you really?
In high school? Yeah.
Like consistently?
Oh yeah. That's how you. I mean, that's what you do when you're a theater kid. Like you, but most people don't have. I was lucky enough to go to a performing arts middle school and a performing arts high school.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but during the summers, especially if you were a theater kid who didn't have the luxuries of performing arts schools, you would go to theater camp and you would do,
Theater
sing
kids are the
show tunes.
funnest kids too.
I know.
The
They're
most fun.
They're a lot. They're a lot.
They are a lot. I love them.
I hated to say it, but like when I was in high school, I was getting dragged off to Boy Scout camp against my will each summer.
Oh God.
I know, it sucked. They would strap me into a Jeep Wrangler and then just hightail it out there. It was part of the fun. And but I didn't even know what like drama camp or any of that was, but I knew that some of my high school peers were going off and doing that, and I like never really knew what they were doing. I just remember they were very secretive about it.
It's all a big mystery.
Well, it was like the one clique that no one wanted to get into, but I wanted to get into, but I couldn't get into.
Ooh, exclusive.
I was very
Only to
that's,
Cameron.
That's another thing. It's like going to performing arts schools. It was not the traditional high school stereotype like clique thing going on. Like you didn't. I mean, you had your jocks and your, I don't know,
Sluts.
yeah,
Right.
probably that too. It was really cool.
Sounds
But
so
the theater
fun.
kids of all people were like, I'm going to sound super, super cocky if I say this, but they were kind of the cool kids. Like they were they
Ooh.
were all really outgoing and they were
Right.
like really, edgy and, I would say probably the dancers were kind of like that too. And then like,
Then the mimes were like really quiet.
I don't know if we had any like professional or, like legit.
no one
mimes,
really knows
but-
if they're there.
Yeah. Or they just they would be there if they could get out of their damn box. But
We're here, we swear.
yeah, I can't hear you. But yeah, no, I mean, of course, then they were like your losers within any group. But,
Right.
Yeah.
Look,
But,
do you want to name
but
one
like
a few while we're here?
I was talking about me, but but yeah. So there, I don't remember like experiencing or witnessing really any bullying happen because like they're all arts kids and like they're all just weird.
Yeah.
So
Right.
nobody's bullying anyone. They're just being weird.
Right.
What the bullying is like, I saw your performance last week.
Yeah, it was weak.
bad.
It was weak.
Were
You had to
even
use that.
connected to your character, bro? Like,
So harsh, bro.
You had to use that fake tear stuff. You couldn't
Yeah.
even muster up real tears. What
Oh,
is
wiener.
that fake tear stuff called?
I have no idea.
I
I
don't
wish I
feel
had
like-
some
I wish
because
I
I
think
could
doesn't
use
Ben
it.
Stein advertise that stuff on commercials?
That's just Visine.
Oh,
It's the dry eye eliminator.
Oh, that's right.
Guys, I do a great
Itchy
Ben Stein.
eyes.
itchy eyes.
Oh, that's right. I forgot
Yeah,
about
that guy who was like holding a beach ball.
Yes.
Was an eye, and then
Yeah.
yeah, good times.
It always made me feel better.
Well, yeah, there is something relieving because as soon as it would come on, I would just immediately feel like itchy and uncomfortable. It's like watching a video of ants; you immediately feel itchy all over your body. But so. Well, there you go. So you've been in a couple productions already.
Yes.
Some big ones, some small ones, some cool ones.
No, what's the after part of that?
What's that?
Some cool ones, some not so cool ones.
Some not so cool ones.
I thought you were going to say that. I was like, Cameron.
Oh no, they're all pretty neat. Let's see. So, what was the one you were most recently in? You did a Shakespeare production, right?
Yes, I was in The Tempest with Shakespeare Dallas.
No, I saw those. I was going to go to that, and I didn't go, and now I'm so mad I didn't go.
It's okay.
Oh, it's not okay.
It was a lot of fun. It was great.
The segment is called Forgiveness.
I forgive you.
Thank you.
So from time to time, you're doing a couple of these. Let's see. You did The Tempest. You did a production in the spring at SMU. By the I always forget the name of it.
Was it the one that you and Amy came and saw?
Yeah,
it's called An Intervention.
Intervention. Yes, and that one's been around for a couple years, right?
Yes, I think so. I don't know exactly when it was published, but yeah, it's been around for a couple years.
But so you got a couple of those going on. Do you have anything coming up here in the spring?
Unfortunately, nothing coming up. But that's kind of okay. Trying to look on the bright side. There's auditions. There's auditions coming up. There's Dallas has a cool theater scene, so always on the lookout for stuff like that.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. But I'm taking a break now.
That's good.
Nice.
Sweet.
Hanging
next
out,
time you have something, you come back.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll craft an advertisement. You can air it on.
Yeah.
Well, let's just do that right now, and we can fill in the blanks.
There you
I'll
go.
come back in and just be like, "Welcome to a production of
Fiddler on the Roof.
I was going to do like some Disney on Ice.
Oh,
so degrading. Actually, that would be kind of cool.
it's the first thing I thought
Would
of.
you take something on ice?
Ooh, they probably wouldn't offer me the job because I can't.
No, I meant like
Ice
we have
skate.
whiskey.
Oh.
Well,
Yes, I'll neat actually.
Here you go. So nothing on ice. Then. That's how she answers that. That actually would be kind of interesting. That could make for an interesting movie. Like, you know how they kind of take in some sports movies, someone's like got a good arm, but they don't know any other fundamentals of baseball, so they have
Rookie
to train,
of the Year,
like Rookie of the Year, or like Rookie, or
yeah.
So like in this, like it could be Dagny's a great actress, and she could be on one of these Disney productions or something,
But she just can't skate.
she just can't skate. And
I
so
would. Sorry.
but she actually plays Sebastian the Crab and has to wear a crab suit.
Oh man, I would pay to see that, and I would pay to see a production of Disney on Ice where literally no one can skate, but they have to be on ice.
Yes, but they're like all fantastic performers, so they're just like kind of making it happen.
Yes.
But they're all falling down.
Yes, it's like
They
that
don't even have
episode-
skates.
Yeah,
It's like that episode of Parks and
Parks and Rec.
When-
The music's already playing in my head.
yes. Oh, and Champion.
Yes.
Oh man, so good.
Come on and make things happen.
Oh, man.
Dagny and I knew each other when she was in SMU. I was working at a coffee shop with my wife, Crooked Tree Coffee House. Good plug. But I feel like we would always go back to talking about Parks and Rec, and I feel like that's probably one of the most referenced scenes from all Parks and Rec. I think y'all have a very similar. Like Amy and I have the Andy and
Amy.
April.
No, April.
Andy April complex. Y'all kind of have that yourselves, you and Jacob. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I think. Jacob's is the obvious Andy.
Oh, absolutely.
So
It's crazy when I watch that show. I'm just like, whoa, how'd they get my husband in this show?
I know. And man, I'm so bummed. I keep thinking like, when's the next season going to come out? And then for whatever reason,
Yeah.
They won't come back, even no matter how many fan letters you write.
how many wishes and how many stars I wish on. And
How many birthdays have passed where that was your wish?
the way you talked to me just now, I don't know. I just felt so young and like
I don't know, Miss
I
Lauren.
don't know, Miss Lauren, but I wished a bunch.
Oh.
Why don't we go into just jump into our topic for the week? All right.
Boom, boom, boom. Topic thunder. What?
Yep. Dagny, it's Thanksgiving week. We're now at the tail end of it here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience?
Well, my husband and I, as I mentioned before, are both from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So since I came to SMU, or since I came to Dallas, spent every Thanksgiving in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, we mostly just hung out at the house for the whole day. And then we went to our friend's house, and he every year cooks a big Thanksgiving feast for all of the. Basically, it started out. He was in my class at SMU, and he would cook dinner for all of the people who didn't go home for the holidays.
The misfits, right?
Yeah, all of the little orphans. They're not real orphans, just to be clear.
He's not that charitable.
Thanksgiving orphans.
Yes, the Thanksgiving orphans. And
Just give us scraps.
and he's an amazing cook.
I swear he said, just give us crabs. That's what I heard.
No, silly. Scraps.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
Go on.
Crabs would be great.
No.
I heard
Well,
craps. So.
Depends.
Oh, depends are great for craps.
Go on, Dagny.
Gotcha.
Apologize.
Anyways, amazing cook is this friend of ours, and and so he does the whole Thanksgiving thing. He does the turkey, he does mac and cheese and green bean casserole and sweet potato casserole and stuffing or dressing, however you want to call it, depending on what
Stuffing.
part of the South you're from.
Yeah.
I say
there's a
stuffing as
difference.
well. Yeah. And then, we hung out with so now it's like, it's still for SMU theater and other students who don't go home for the holidays because he's a nice guy. But it's also for the, recently graduated people who don't go home for the holidays. So it's like, I was like hanging out with, it was like a college party.
Was that kind of weird, or was it like kind of
A little bit.
Was it like comforting a little bit?
It was definitely comforting because it's like there's something about being invited into someone's home, even if you don't really like on an occasion like Thanksgiving, where it's usually you're used to sort of spending it with family or something, that it kind of brings people together, even if you don't really know people.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice, and of course, like we said, like I said before, they're all usually arts kids, so they're all super crazy and weird and fun.
So let me ask you, if y'all are all arts kids, what's playing on the TV in the background?
Actually, the TV was not on. It was just music. Music was playing.
Were y'all like charadesing?
No, but that does happen. That does happen at theater gatherings a lot.
Just like someone yells like, charade!
Well, we're really into that game Heads Up. Have y'all seen that?
7-Up, right?
No,
That's
no.
what I know.
Heads Up. It's an iPhone app game.
Oh, yes.
This is the Ellen DeGeneres. Sorry, had
Yes.
another stroke.
Yeah.
I'm doing fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
my.
we like that game a lot, but we did not play that at Thanksgiving. We did listen to this crazy song that takes up the entire side of one vinyl record called Alice's Restaurant. Have you all
Whoa.
ever heard that?
No.
Apparently, it's the only
I thought you were going to say
Thanksgiving.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
No, Alice's. I believe it's Alice. It may be Allison. I think it's Alice's Restaurant. It's this really, really long. I mean, maybe 20 or 30-minute long song, and it's as far as I am concerned or understand, it is the only known Thanksgiving song.
The
Really?
only,
Known one. Yeah, there could be others.
There's
I
got
don't
to
know.
be a Charlie
it's the only one I
Brown
know
song
about.
out there, right?
Yeah, it's like Thanksgiving is here.
Spreading cheer.
Give your dad a beer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I remember that song.
Well, now there are two.
Unbutton your pants and sit in
Okay.
front of the TV. Because you're so full, Dagny.
Right. Thanksgiving is here.
I like this. I
Yeah.
really want you to. I want to hear the second verse of this.
Oh, I'll go find it and I'll remember it and sing it later.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It's so normal for me to have like my family doesn't even like sports, and we always have football in the background or the parade or something going on, and like we usually don't care. It just has to, like, you have to have that white noise or something in the background just for whenever there's kind of that deadpan.
Yeah, that's kind of like for Christmas, my grandma always every single year that I can remember puts on the Yule log on the TV.
Oh, right.
And it just sits there and it burns and burns and burns.
That's great.
Thing.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones you can pull up is you can actually get the Darth Vader Yuletide log, which is a 8-hour video on YouTube, and it's basically Darth Vader burning in the end of Return of the Jedi, and it's just on a loop. It's great. I mean, it's great, perfect time of year.
'Tis the season.
I know.
Star Wars season.
I know. It's Star Wars season is coming upon us. We've talked about
Star
this.
Wars time is here. That's also a Charlie Brown
great.
song, I think.
It works for everything.
Wow, I didn't know Vince Guardelli, whatever his name is. I said Guardelli. I don't know that.
You could say anything, and I don't know what you're talking about.
Guardelli's my favorite type of cheese.
Ooh,
Ooh, it's my favorite type of chocolate.
Whoa.
that's my favorite kind of
Star Wars.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's to Guardelli.
Cheers.
Anyway,
Anywho.
we have no idea what we're talking about here. I think he's the jazz musician that created that tune.
Oh, look at you knowing your jazz.
He's so smart.
Oh, so Alice, so what the heck is this song about that, and why does it take so long? Who's Alice?
5 minutes through. I mean, we had it on the background while we were having conversation and stuff, but every time there was like a lull in conversation, it was like, okay, this song is still on. But it's one of those like old sort of like 60s, 70s folk songs where the singer's just talking. It's like he's almost singing as much as Bob Dylan, but not quite. And he's like, yeah, and it's Alice's restaurant, and
I get that.
And on Thanksgiving Day, and we went to the restaurant, and there's like a guitar, chord progression going on in the background.
I know the cadence. I know that because it's like oh gosh, it kind of seems like whenever people sing like that, they're always like bouncing or something like that.
Yeah. And you're making like the singer or speakers, making eye contact with different people throughout the room.
Right.
You there? What are you
like
eating?
having an experience with them? Yeah.
Like a lounge singer.
Yeah.
Like I just picture Ron Burgundy like up on stage with his Yaz flute.
Or my favorite is my favorite lounge singing is William Shatner singing Rocket Man. If you haven't seen that, you need to.
I have not.
I haven't, but man, I love
it's so
that
great,
song.
y'all. Spoken word, by far the best song there is. He doesn't. I mean, it's truly spoken word. He recites Rocket Man.
A dramatic reading of the lyrics of Rocket
Pretty
Man.
much.
Oh boy.
That sounds like pretty legit Thanksgiving.
It was really nice.
I've never had that, and I've always wanted to do that, but I'm always out of town. So sorry, you had to fend for yourself. Otherwise, we would have had you over.
I bet it sounds kind of. I don't want to get into my Thanksgiving because I want to hear about Cameron's Thanksgiving, but let me just say that is something I've never experienced before.
Yeah.
I don't feel you're sincere.
I want to hear, Cam.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Okay,
so we went down to Austin, or a little town outside of Austin, Marble Falls, where my grandparents live. Jim and Ida, that's my grandparents.
Aww.
They don't like grandparents' names, so they're just... For whatever reason, they're just like... apparently, the conversation when my parents had my brother, my dad or mom asked him, what do you want to be called? And they're like, just Jim and Ida, whatever. I'm like, that was it. And they're just like, from here on out, we just call them Jim and Ida.
I like that.
Kind of what I want to be called one day.
You want to be called Jim?
Yeah, and Ida.
Oh.
I'm going to have Amy be called Ida. Keep the tradition alive.
Or maybe you're Jim and Ida, and she's just grandma.
So this is interesting that you bring that up. I have an aunt. Her name is Jim Ann. That's her actual name. Yeah.
Jim Ann.
That's Jim's daughter. They love his name so much, they decided to call her Jim Ann.
Interesting.
Is
his name... Jim short for James, or is it Jim on it? Okay.
His real name, birth certificate, is James.
So not only did they take his name, but they took his shortened name and lengthened it to make her name.
Her birth certificate, I'm pretty sure, says Jim Ann, and it's not James Ann.
No, yeah.
But that's a real thing. Jim Ann's always wonderful.
Jim Ann.
So she was there. She came from Austin. My brother... he's now out of the military. He's here in Texas. I think they're about to move into San Antonio. So at least they're nearby now, and which is great because I have my nieces, my niece and nephews, and so they were all there. My dad was there. It was actually, it was a lot of fun. Great time to just pass Ellie around. I mean,
she's a little hot potato,
right? I seriously thought a few times, like, should we have everyone Purell, their hands before?
Probably.
But I'm like, whatever. We're all Carters. We all have the same germs. That's how it works. I'm a bio major. I know this. And so a lot of fun things that happened. So we did our typical meal, pretty much the same things you were talking about. Your ham, turkey, green beans, salads, your potatoes and everything. My favorite part, though, is we're 100%
gluten-free.
Well, no, like gluttons.
Glutton-full.
Absolutely, because we started the day out. I woke up a little late, slept in for whatever reason. Ellie slept for 7 hours straight.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Guys, y'all don't know. Y'all have no idea. Y'all just don't. Y'all have no idea what that's like for a 2-month-old to sleep like. That's like worry area. You're like, oh
God, she slept for 7 hours.
Oh gosh,
what's wrong
she's
with her?
very well rested.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? But we slept until 10, and we woke up, and Jim and Ida just laid out this huge spread: bacon, eggs, like this really good. They had really good buttermilk biscuits, and there was this like brandy cherry jam, and like all this stuff. And we're like eating this at 10 a.m. and then Thanksgiving dinner or like lunch is at like 3 o'clock, and so we're just like,
you're stuffed and all the way till
eating and eating.
They don't even care. It's just like sometimes I feel like they just make the food just to make the food, know.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite part is, of course, Jaman is kind of the family vegetarian, and kind of everything that you typically, all the things you usually associate with a vegetarian are very true of Jaman. I love that she just kind of gave up and just started eating like turkey and everything this time around. Really fixated on the turkey. I think she was probably taking her day off or whatever. But yeah, Jaman was apparently a turkey expert this year and was giving us all these tips and tricks for cooking a turkey. And
I thought
it was like the first time she's eaten a turkey in a couple of years.
So she just figured she would be the best to give advice.
Absolutely. So actually very thankful. It was actually a really good turkey. So thanks.
Thanks,
Jaman.
Yes. So that's pretty much my Thanksgiving. But that was mine. What's up with yours? How did that go?
Well, my Thanksgiving was crazy, first of all. I've said it before, but I'm the youngest of 4 siblings, and all 3 of my older siblings all came in town. My sister lives in D.C. My oldest brother lives in Kansas City, or in Olathe, and my other brother lives in Houston. So we literally just all 4 neat kids in one house. And then so I'm the only one that's not married. So income, they came with their spouses, of course, because,
jerks.
you stay with your spouses for holidays and stuff. So, I love them all. They're like my siblings too. And then
I thought you said my siblings.
My siblings, like Stewart Littles.
Absolutely.
Just a bunch of Stewart
Stewart Littles. Or the
Littles.
little mice from Cinderella. Either one.
Gus. And I'm actually the aunt of 5 nieces and nephews. So
That's
so I've got 2 nieces and 3 nephews, ranging from 10 to 6 months old. So just imagine this house full of people. Like, it was crazy. And my parents too. So it was like every bed was taken by at least a couple bodies. It was really a live body.
It's an interesting way to think about it.
I know. No one was hurt in the making of this Thanksgiving. It was just a crowded house, which is so fun, like, especially when I've been the only kid in the area for a while, and then the house is just full of fun. So,
full of fun.
As the youngest and as the only single one, you get gypped when it comes to a place to sleep. Let me just say that.
Oh, absolutely.
When you are married, it's like, oh, now you deserve a good night's sleep. Okay, you get a bed. When you're single, you are like, okay, there's a fold out cot somewhere in the garage. I think we could stick that at the foot of mom and dad's bed. How's that sound? And you're like, oh.
And they're like,
well.
oh, check. It only fits under the bed.
Exactly. Or it's like, well, the bathroom's big enough for a cot too, so we could put you in there. But it was so sweet. My family was like trying every way to get me to spend the night. But I was like, I'm just going to drive to my apartment, guys. I love y'all. But it's 20 minutes down the road.
Why is that even a question? Like, why? I mean, I would immediately retreat. Like, sometimes, oh man, in that situation, this reminds me of a very similar situation where about, I think a year ago when we were in Houston, long story short, we went on a kind of a church group trip to Austin. And there was probably about 12 different couples all in this one house. And oh my gosh, I felt so bad for the single people there. They got it bad. And
I don't understand why it's just assumed we don't need sleep.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if anything, y'all need more sleep because you're out there, you're trying to find a mate.
We gotta look good. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, the reason why we're single.
I don't need beauty sleep.
Yeah, it's because we've been deprived of beauty sleep every day.
Someone get that girl some sleep.
She's so tired.
She's so little.
She could look so good. No. But she's curled up at the foot of her parents' bed. Anyway.
That's your grandmother. Was she there saying that?
No, she was there, but she wasn't there saying that.
She was sleeping in like the queen bed all by herself.
Oh, Grandma Norma. She's the best. But yeah, so it was a battle between like wanting to be there 100% of the time because, you know, you want to be there. Like, we're so rarely all together. It happens like once every 2 or 3 years where it's like all of us in the same house. It's so special.
So had some heavy FOMO going on.
Oh
there.
yeah. I'm leaving and I'm like, right about now, like Sophia would be jumping on my bed to wake me up. Oh. And I'm like kind of sad. Oh. But then I'm like sleeping straight through it all.
There you go.
It's kind of nice. So yeah, it was hard to like leave at like 11:30 and.
But also like hard to be there too.
No, it was hard to imagine sleeping on the couch, especially because, I mean, like I said, 5 kids, 10 and under. So imagine the early morning, like, you know, cars down the hall and like jumping and stuff. But it's fun, you know. So anyway, it was so much fun.
Give them the keys.
Papa.
I think the car's inside.
They're very talented. So it was so fun. But actually on Thanksgiving Day, we had 26 people. We counted 26 people in the house. It was
26 bodies.
26 bodies, like live bodies, and 22 dead bodies.
Oh,
whoa!
Y'all have some weird traditions. There.
I know.
Bring all the family.
Yes.
The family house is built on an ancient burial ground.
Yes. Yeah, sure. That's why.
That's why.
That's how they got the car inside. You know, let me explain. Let me explain this.
All jokes need explaining. Good joke.
That's how they get funnier. Let me break down this joke. The kids did some magic on this burial ground and somehow did a hocus.
Voodoo.
Yeah, some voodoo.
Thanks for getting me
and
there.
then somehow got a full-size car inside the house driving it around, waking you up. And that's why that's funny.
So anyway, we had 26 people there for Thanksgiving. So we did the most adorable thing, which was at halftime, we all went outside. Well, not all of us, but a lot of us went outside and played some football. Yeah, we did. And it was so freaking cute. Like, we had my littlest niece with her little helmet on. She's 2. And she was running around, like, trying to tackle people. And she was at that right height where, like, that helmet was, like,
just hurts you, annoys you.
And you're like, oh. She's so cute.
Cute pain.
And then Christian, one of my other nephews, he had his helmet on and he was just, like, attacking my brother David. It was the funniest thing. But you can actually go on my Instagram.
Cute.
It was so cute. You can watch a video on my Instagram if you want to, @Neateroni, and you can see what I'm talking about. But it was like the most adorable, quintessential, like, Texas like halftime, because it was halftime of the Cowboys game, I should say, because we are a football family. You're like we don't really like. My family is like into football. Yeah, like where it's like we schedule our meal around the football games.
Really?
Yeah.
Games. Plural.
Oh yeah, games. We watch all the Thanksgiving Day games.
Okay.
I didn't realize
We really
there
just
were any
focus.
others besides Cowboys.
Yeah, there's always 3 now.
Very
It used to be just
Texas-centric of
2.
you.
You know.
We rule. And A&M played too, but I didn't watch that game. So
Yeah. I don't...
yeah, it was great. But I also learned something when I was sitting there with my family. Everyone is really pissed at me for a comment I made on the podcast a couple weeks ago.
The racist one?
No, not that one. They're fine with that one. No,
Jeez.
there was no racist comment made. The fact that I said that your baby is cuter than
Ellie.
your baby Ellie is cuter than my cousins were as babies.
Yeah, that's fine. And you still stand by that, right?
I cannot answer that question now.
Hold on a second. Amy, will you get Ellie? Is she awake? Okay.
She's asleep.
Actually, even better. Bring her in.
No, first of all, I got text messages leading up to this event, and then I had personal confrontations with my cousins. They're usually in good fun, but mostly I was like, oh, jeez. It was actually hilarious. They were so upset. I got one message that I was asked to read out to you guys.
To Dagny?
To all of you.
I'm listening.
Yes.
Okay.
Dagny, especially you. Lauren, I would like to let you know that I am really freaking cute, and I always have been. Don't just quote me, expand and give details. I'm not going to do that. But anyway, you're still pretty funny, and I appreciate your love. And Thanksgiving gonna be lit. That's from my cousin, Sarah.
Not your grandma.
No, not grandma.
Okay.
And then this is from my other cousin, Becca. She says, yeah, fine. I had a helmet, and people thought I was a boy because Mom only dressed me in navy and dark green. So after some reflection, that's probably fair. She had to wear a helmet as a baby.
Oh, I was like, what, football helmet? Like,
No.
Okay.
It was so cute.
Oh.
But anyway, she's now calling this scandal in the family Babygate.
Oh,
and everyone
Babygate. Keep
is
them
referring
babies
to it.
inside. You need a good Babygate.
I know. That's not what I'm...
So where do you really stand on this? I mean,
I can't answer this question anymore.
are you sure? Why?
I cannot rate my family in cuteness with your family's cuteness. It's just too... It
But
rips families apart.
How about
You already
Ellie
did.
is the cutest baby of the Carter
Sure.
family.
I mean,
Yeah.
duh.
Yeah.
And then cousins are the cutest of the Neat family.
Schwartz. Well, then I
Well,
have nieces
of-
and nephews.
right.
Oh, boy. And they are
Yeah.
friggin' cute.
Oh, man.
Oh, Ferris right now, 6 months. Anyway, I'm getting too into this.
Yeah, getting too into family,
Babies are
you
cute.
loser.
Let's just,
Yeah.
let's just throw
Babies
that
are
out there.
cute,
Babies
except
are
for the
cute.
ones that aren't. But we don't know any of those.
Oh, yeah, of course. No, who does?
No,
Absolutely.
no one has those ugly babies in their family.
Well, I have to say, kind of disappointed here. You said something. I thought you were true to your word, and
I can't. I'm not going to unsay what I said.
right.
But I'm just not going to say it again.
Oh, that's fine. I mean,
Yeah, you're just gonna have to listen to the to the other podcast.
it's out there in the podcast internet.
Yeah,
space.
in the cloud.
Yeah, the Great Cloud. In the Great Cloud, yeah, I mean,
Great cloud of Zorn.
all praise Zorn.
But that was my Thanksgiving. It was really fun. I've had a lot of good time with my siblings. I'm reminded yet again that I'm probably the least funny of my siblings.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
is always humbling.
Dang,
When
I
you're
wanna
like,
meet your siblings.
oh, they're so funny.
I know.
They're so funny. They're ridiculous. I love them.
Bummer they can't be on here.
I know.
Oh, shucks. So
Someday.
how was the food? How was everything else around that?
Oh,
What
boy.
kind of spread did you get?
Oh, such a good spread. I mean, we eat kind of weird Thanksgiving food. It's a lot of stuff's like been created by my grandmother. Like, it's not weird like, oh, it's weird like, oh, unique.
Oh,
So we don't have cranberry sauce. We have pink stuff, which is like strawberries and whipped cream.
the stuff
like,
from Hook, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the
Oh,
pink pudding from
yes.
Hook.
Right.
I always wanted to eat that.
Love that movie so much.
And we have like rum cream pie, which is an invention she made, which is so good. And we have, turkey. Y'all heard of that?
I love all three of those. Sorry to go back to rum cream pie. Those are just three great words right there.
It's like a pecan crust. So good.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't have told me that. I hate pecans.
Oh, get out of here.
Okay.
I had... Oh, and we have stuffing in my family. We call it stuffing.
Yeah.
Just to answer that question. Do you call it stuffing?
I call it bread mash.
Oh.
Okay. So you have your own category.
Yeah.
Sure.
Special. So,
Thankfully, though, no one
potatoes.
here calls it dressing.
No, gosh. Get the out of here.
It's too soppy and wet.
Oh, gross.
Dressing.
So yeah,
I
spread
can't put
was
this on my
great.
salad.
It is confusing.
Yeah.
It was great. Loved it. I've been eating nonstop since, so I'm kind of like in a comfortable food coma.
Comfortably numb.
Yeah.
Good. So why don't we go ahead and jump into our ratings for this week? Dagny, let's start with you. On a scale of, let's use Dagny's. On a scale of 0 to 10 Dagny's, where do you rate your Thanksgiving experience as a married woman yourself?
Oh, I would say probably a solid 8.5 Dagny's.
8.5.
She did the
Do you
decimals.
want to justify why?
Well,
why
it
not a
was-
full 10?
Yeah, well, I mean, Thanksgiving is, I feel, often about family and gathering together with your family and everything. And I would consider some of the people I gathered with more or less family, i.e. my husband. He's part of my family. But yeah, I mean, it's always nice to get to hang around with the clan. The family clan, of course, not the Ku Klux.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily want to have Thanksgiving with them. No offense.
No.
But yeah, no. But it was a solid time. Had some great food.
I
Gave
like how you
thanks.
said no offense.
No offense. No,
we've got
I don't mean to offend the white
all
Are you
supremacists
from?
around.
We have a big following.
We all have our downfalls.
You voted for Trump, right? Anyway. Politics corner. Let's take a quick. No.
I'm sorry I interrupted you. Were you?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
So no, and then
Stand by my score, my rating.
let's let you go.
Okay. Lauren's, I would rate it.
How would you rate Lawrence?
Here's the thing. I mean, when it comes to like family time and hanging out and good stuff, it was a 10. But when it comes to like the perspective of a single person and being in like where everyone's kind of coupled off, if you come at it strictly from that, and not my family is so great and wonderful.
But I
and
feel like for this podcast, that's really
That's what we're
getting
looking
down.
at.
Right. So like whenever we go out to restaurants, we said before, no rating the restaurants. You can't really rate the food that you had.
right.
I mean, okay, let me check that again. I mean, that does play into it, but shouldn't be the sole determining
Food's a
factor.
10 always
Yeah.
at the neat family household. But I think with the being single and like, you watch everyone and they're just like, oh, cuddly and stuff. And you're like, oh, I've got the dog. And you're like, this is great. But, I would say it was like a 7 on that front. But I will say it is really fun being around my family because it makes me, this is going to sound super corny, but it makes me like so excited to get married, to like let someone else be a part of my family because our family's so great, you
And
know?
Other than that, you have to shut off the family from the world. I meant family. Anyway, so you're at a 7.
I'm at a 7. Yeah. It
Solid.
was 7 from a single girl, 10 from like a stomach standpoint and like family time. But like, you gotta just acknowledge that little bit. That's like, aww.
Right. They have something special that you're not there yet.
I know.
You will one day, Lauren.
All alone.
Hold on for love. So I would say just kind of flat out the gate for my Thanksgiving experience, I think I was probably, I think it's like a solid 9 for me. It's really high because she was crying in the car the whole way up. And so the contrast from the car ride to actually being there and doing the Thanksgiving thing and just passing her around and seeing how much people like actually like this person that we created. And I'm like, wow, you like her. That's great. You realize that that's a product of me and Amy. Like, okay, you still like it? Cool. Awesome. Hold it longer. And I'm thankful that my score ultimately beats out yours. I can't let you have this one.
You say that every week.
I know, but like this is definitely one experience that I wanted going into it, and I was a little nervous while you were telling your story because it sounded fun, but at the end of the day, it sounded like activity filled for your family. Our family is just by far the most laid back family, and there's like,
okay. Well, we are super laid back.
We're more laid backer.
Our laid back is.
Our recliners are to the floor.
That's just sleeping.
Oh. Oh, at home in your own bed alone. Oh.
Oh, gee.
Because they didn't have room for you. I feel sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I win.
Wow.
You lose.
So I win for that week, and that about does it for our topic thunder for this week. So why don't we go ahead and jump into our favorite segment for the week, Dumb Things.
Dumb Things.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Okay. We didn't do the jingle this week. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Good.
You know how I feel about that jingle.
So I guess we'll kind of let you start out this week.
Me?
I understand you had a good dumb thing.
A good dumb thing. This is going to make me sound like first world problems, but I've got to say it because I feel like a lot of women out there and men, I don't want to discriminate, can relate to this. If you've ever gotten a pedicure, then you'll understand. I got a pedicure today with my sister, and I get like maybe 1 to 4 pedicures a year, I would say, generally. Mm-hmm. And when you get a pedicure, they massage your legs, but the way that they're sitting, they you think like, oh, this is going to be so relaxing. Like, I'm so into this, like calf massage, whatever. Like, yeah. But the way they're sitting, they just all they really do is they massage your shin bone. Like, Dagny, have you ever experienced this?
I have. I don't know that I've. My problem with this portion of the pedicure is I have the most ticklish legs.
Legs?
Ever.
Not just feet?
Yeah. So I sit there tensing up my entire body, which is not the objective,
the opposite
of the massage, right? Mm-hmm. So I just sit there, and then I'll be talking to whoever I'm with, and I'm just like, and the nail technician's just laughing at me,
and they keep going. They're just like, look what she does when I do this.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I can somewhat relate to that.
More entertainment for them than it is.
Yeah, they're enjoying it.
I've gotten a pedicure before, and I do remember that, but it's like something about the thumb, somehow you're like, oh, I didn't know my calf muscle could split like that, and you can jam,
No, I wish it was like that at this place.
Oh man,
they just massage your shin bone, and you're like, ow, ow. Ow, you're just bruising me. This isn't a massage. It's like I'm just repeatedly kicking my shin against
you
a chair.
Look down behind their back, they're holding a hammer. You're like, hey, wait a second.
That's not fun. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, I paid extra for this horrible massage. Man. But I mean, other parts were really great. But I was sitting there thinking, I was like, you know what? This happens most times I get a pedicure. This angry shin lashing. It's like something you would get in
Maybe you've got a lot of shin tension, and they just perceive that. They're like, oh, this girl needs some work on her shins.
There's a knot here. I'm like, no, that's my bone. That's just my bone.
I just also picture when you say shin lashing, whenever someone messes up in the band, the shins after the show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
they get
absolutely.
A shin lashing.
So that's my dumb thing. It really is a super first world problem, but
you know what?
I just feel like if people have felt that too, let us know. Send us an email.
So my dumb thing for the week was wonderful and yet dumb. And so we're hanging out. We're in San Antonio. Like I said, after we went to Marble Falls, Austin, we went to see Amy's parents. There's a really great coffee shop there called Local Coffee. They do an excellent job, and we've actually frequent that place so much. We go at least 5-6 times a year. We're regulars there, even though we don't live there, and they recognize us, which is weird and great. But we're chilling there. I think yesterday, and we're drinking a cappuccino, and iced coffee and whatnot. And we look over, and at the beginning of the line, this Dolly Parton looking family, not just person, family comes walking in there.
Gosh.
Oh, wow.
Just completely out of place for a hipster coffee shop. And they just come in. You can just kind of tell there's that one kid in the family who's like, come, you'll like it. You need to try this coffee shop I study at. And like this family's walking in there. They look so out of place. This one lady in particular really was kind of like the Dolly Parton matriarch of the family. She comes in, and you can just tell they're struggling at the bar. They don't really know what to order, and they're like ordering, plain coffee, and then going over to the condiment bar, adding sugar and all this milk and all this stuff in there, and they're waiting for the rest of their drinks. The Dolly Parton lady goes over to the bathroom and like tries to get in and can't get in, and so she comes up, and like the baristas are like working their butts off. They're just like, there's this huge line, and you can just tell they've had a long day, and it's right around the holidays, so it's actually on Black Friday, so you can just tell they were just worn out. And this lady like goes behind their bar, which it has a pretty good divide. Like if you ever have a problem at a place, you don't just walk behind like a bar or like go into the kitchen.
No,
it's weird, right? And like just so upsetting. So like it caught our attention immediately, and we heard this lady speak up, and she says, I need to get in the bathroom. Is it like locked or something? How do we get into the bathroom? Is there like a key or something? And the barista just says, if the bathroom's locked, there's probably someone in it usually. And just like she had like no other way to just explain to this person, that's what happens.
How doors work.
That's how it works.
Bathroom etiquette.
And the Dolly Parton lady was just like, oh, okay. I'm like, as if
weird.
Like, discovery, huh? I didn't know that. So the coffee shop, everyone just knew. We're like, oh, okay.
Oh boy.
There's just,
Man.
that was great.
They're like, finally we can use the key to unlock the bathroom.
I know. They like pull out this super key. I'm like, it was a giant key.
With a hubcap attached to
it. So that's my dumb thing for the week. Dagny, what's going on with you?
My dumb thing is also kind of a first world problem, I think. I mean, much like maybe coffee shops too. That's a first world thing. But anyway, mine has to do with Facebook.
You
Facebook,
said it. That could be it right there.
Yeah, Facebook, that's my dumb thing. No, but specifically this one facet of Facebook, which I will admit the really, childish part of me thinks is actually pretty funny. But as a mature adult, I'm like, I can't believe we're still doing this. Where like people will, I don't want to say hack, because like that's really not what's happening. They're probably just opening their friend's phone and like they're signed into Facebook so they can post a status as their friend, and they say something stupid like "I love poop" or ones that I see a lot are like bros will get their other bros and they'll be like, "Oh, I just want to tell everybody that I'm gay," and it's like what? And people are commenting on it, like family members are like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe wow!"
Oh my gosh.
But anyways, all that to say, today I saw one where this guy that I went to school with posted a status that said, "Thinking about getting butt implants, ... That's
awesome.
Which I thought was okay. I should disclaimer. I'm not 100% positive that this was a hack. However, knowing the guy, I'm pretty sure it probably was. I mean, it would be like a pretty clever little hack, right?
Yeah.
But that I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming it was.
You're
Anyways,
like Professor Gleason?
Thinking about getting butt plants. Or butt implants. Which is that's just funny.
Butt plants is an entirely different thing.
Yeah. Just imagine a little window seat on your toes.
It made me think of one time when it happened to my husband.
Butt implants?
No.
Oh.
No. Facebook status hack. Facebook status hack extraordinaire got my husband, and
got him again.
Yeah, that Facebook status bandit. And one of his friends posted a Facebook update that said, man, having a really rough time. Like, would really appreciate your prayers and thoughts. Here's my phone number.
Oh,
and then my
gosh.
husband just starts getting flooded with text messages and phone calls from people on his Facebook, like family members, friends, being like, "Hey, dude, are you okay?" Like his mommy, like, "Jacob, is everything okay?"
Oh my gosh!
And it was so good because he at first was like, "What is going on?" And they're like, "Yeah, you posted on Facebook," and he's like, "No, I'm fine." But
Awesome.
that's such a dumb thing that we do that. It's so funny though.
Man, but I love those. Like, I love
yeah.
them so much. Not the ones that are like have your family super
Worried,
but
yeah.
like butt implants. That's funny.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
good.
There, when I worked at a school, there was a flyer that one of the kids printed out, and it said, "Holding a Chewbacca roar contest. Call this
nice.
number." And it was one of the professor's numbers.
Nice.
It was like, if I don't answer, leave a voicemail.
That's
He's
so
just getting
good.
all these voicemails of people doing the Chewbacca. I was like, that's funny.
Oh, I wonder who the winner was.
I think we were all winners that day.
There you go.
Definitely wasn't the teacher.
No, poor guy. He's a good sport.
So, speaking of good times, let's segue into a new segment here, which is really not about, good times. It's
No.
kind of crappy. I don't even know why we're doing this segment, but Lauren was
Wow.
like, "Hey, let's do this." So take it away.
My idea. This is called, well, let me explain. I get random Facebook messages or text messages from people who have been listening to the podcast to just lovingly correct me on things that we got wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I find it,
And we welcome this.
we do, I find it hilarious because I appreciate it. I really do. But also the fact that, like,
Please send us
how many
all
things,
corrections.
yeah, we get a lot of things wrong, and I just love looking back and being like, "Oh, oops." So, one thing, this is from my friend Matt, who said that it was just really bothering him that we kept saying Korn, the band, spelled their name with a backwards K. He said that's not correct. It's with a backwards R. He said the angsty teen in him would really appreciate that correction because it's been bothering
Sure,
him.
angsty teen.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
we have all been there.
I used to listen to Korn. I'll put it out there too.
Why didn't you correct me?
I don't know. I just the R's. I think even the R's capitalized. So I'm
Yes.
like way off, but like just the simple like allowing Korn and like everything associated with that to like fill my head even for a split second fills me with so much regret and like makes me feel weird. Like I probably just like was like, sure, that's wrong, and just like let's keep talking because
You just have.
I mean the fact that I'm having to talk about Korn right now makes me feel weird.
Well, let's move on then.
Yes.
Another thing is from my cousin Sarah. She wanted Cameron to know that the actual FAST acronym for when you are having a stroke is F is for facial drooping, A is for arm weakness, S is for speech, and T is for time.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And so that it's too bad we aren't doing a video podcast because then some of our listeners can help me out when I actually might be having a stroke.
Right.
Well, I guess they'd be like, "Hey, someone check on Cameron."
It's been a week.
It's been a few weeks. I wonder if Lauren just left him like that.
I would. I would leave him right
She
here.
would get up, push her chair in gently, walk out the door, leave the door open.
I'd just knock a lamp over on my way.
But that's good. Thank you. Who was that?
That was from my cousin Sarah.
Oh, Sarah. What does she do? Is she like in medicine or just?
No, she's in high school.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Really rubbing my nose in that.
Clever girl.
Oh, that's our Raptor plug for the week.
From Jurassic Park.
There you go. Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm glad you were here to get that, Dagny.
Yeah. So thank you for that. Anyway, please don't send that stuff. I don't want to hear any of that again. So that's about it. That was a waste of time for our mailbag. Now we can't get to any actual mail.
I know. That's
Bummer.
okay.
Next week. Well, that about does it for this week's episode of Unhitched or Dad Trying. Like I said earlier, if you have a question for Laura and I, you can email us at unhitchedordadtrying@gmail.com. If you want to follow us in the internet sphere, you can follow us at Lauren at Nitos Tweetos on Twitter. And
I should probably start tweeting, huh?
Yeah, you probably should. There are people who this audience just like waiting. When's you going to tweet?
Sitting there watching their screen, waiting for that little tweet to pop up.
Oh gosh, there's probably like one or two.
My mom.
And then you're on Instagram as
Neateroni.
Neateroni.
Yep.
Like the macaroni.
Or pepperoni.
Ooh, or
Rice-a-roni.
Or ain't no phony.
Baloney.
This.
I like rhyming. It's at Neateroni.
Thank you.
Go there for that video of my family playing football too.
Oh, I bet that. Oh, yeah, I did see that. Mm-hmm. That's a good one. And then, of course, you can follow me at Cam Carter 2010 at all the places. But yeah, if you like the podcast, you should definitely share with your friends and family. And if you really like it, you should rate and review us on iTunes, right?
We need that.
We're fine, but you should.
Yeah, we don't need your affirmation, but
No,
we want it.
I think, actually, so I've noticed we've got a couple people, I don't even know who they are, that I think we've gotten a couple good ones on there.
Yeah, well, they're all me.
They are.
Just change my name.
We need to find something more productive for you to do here.
No.
Well, that about does it for this week.
Dagny, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dagny, for
here.
coming. Do you have anything to plug? Any internet things you want to push out into the world?
Nope, no work. No work coming up for me.
No work for Dagny. If you are you like Dagny, you can listen to this podcast again. Or just, wait to see her at a local theater near you, because somehow that's going to work out.
We can post an update on our Instagram or something.
Yeah. Again, that about does it for this week. We'll see you here next week for another exciting episode of Unhitched or Dad Trying. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Adios.